Rosa Parks, a legacy of justice and equality. On a quiet Thursday evening, December 1st, 1955, a single act of defiance sparked a movement that would change the course of history. It was the day when Rosa Parks, a seamstress and a civil rights activist, refused to surrender her seat on a Montgomery bus, igniting the flame of the civil rights movement in America. Rosa Louise McCauley was born on February 4, 1913, in Tuskegee, Alabama, to Leona and James McCauley. Her early years were shaped by the oppressive realities of segregation. When her parents separated, Rosa moved with her mother and brother to Pine Level, Alabama, where she was introduced to the strength and resilience of her maternal grandparents. Rosa's grandparents instilled in her a sense of pride and the belief that all people deserve dignity and respect. They often spoke of the injustices faced by African Americans and the importance of standing tall in the face of adversity. Rosa attended a segregated school system, walking miles each day to reach the Montgomery Industrial School for Girls, while white students passed her in buses. Despite the inequality, Rosa thrived, determined to gain an education in a world stacked against her. By the time Rosa was 19, she married Raymond Parks, a barber and an active member of the NAACP. Together, they became deeply involved in the fight for justice, joining efforts to combat racial discrimination in Alabama. In the 1940s and 1950s, Montgomery's buses were a daily reminder of the injustices African Americans faced. Black passengers were forced to sit in the back, give up their seats for white passengers, and endure constant humiliation. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks was riding the bus home after a long day of work. When the driver demanded that she and 3 other black passengers vacate their row for white riders, Rosa quietly refused. Her arrest wasn't an isolated incident, but part of a deliberate strategy. Rosa was not just a tired seamstress. She was a well-trained activist who understood the power of civil disobedience. Rosa's arrest became the catalyst for the Montgomery bus boycott. For 381 days, the black community of Montgomery refused to ride public buses, walking miles to work or organizing carpools in a display of solidarity and resistance. The boycott, led by a young preacher named Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., was a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. It ultimately led to a Supreme Court ruling that declared segregation on public buses unconstitutional. Though she became a symbol of courage and justice, Rosa Parks endured great personal hardship. She lost her job, faced death threats, and was forced to move to Detroit to escape the backlash. Yet Rosa continued her activism, working with Congressman John Conyers and founding the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development. Rosa Parks was more than the mother of the civil rights movement. She was a fierce advocate for voting rights, education, and social equality until the end of her life. Throughout her lifetime, Rosa received numerous honors, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the Congressional Gold Medal. But she always remained humble, emphasizing that her actions were not about fame, but about justice. Rosa Parks passed away on October 24, 2005, but her legacy endures. Her simple act of defiance reminds us that one person's courage can inspire millions and change the course of history. Today, we honor her not just as a historical figure, but as a guiding light in the ongoing fight for justice and equality.